Last week, Augment Code released their new app Intent as public beta, and since then there's been a lot of updates and improvements. Before I get into the updates, I'm going to run the 2-minute intro that gives you the baseline idea of the app. You can skip ahead if you've already seen it. This is the new app by Augment Code called Intent. It's built for modern-day agent-driven software development, bringing the best user interface for spec-driven development and orchestrating multiple agents in parallel. Today I'm going to be working on 2 large tasks. By default, we'll start with a teamwork template, which has a coordinator agent to plan, delegate, and orchestrate the work to individual implementer agents. For this project, I'm just going to type my high-level intent in this box, migrate the database to Convex, and create that space. The coordinator agent will start right away to make the spec to start that job. While that's cooking, I'm going to go back and kick off the next task in a new space. For this project, I want to add file models as options instead of Gemini. So now I have 2 separate workspaces working concurrently. We can see all our workspaces up the top here. Let's check back in on the first one. Looks like the first one has already created the spec. In this spec, we can see all the tasks that were created. Here we can see the completed spec, which has step-by-step tasks, which can be delegated to implementer agents at my go, as well as acceptance criteria and things that are out of scope and any assumptions. We can edit this spec ourselves to answer these assumptions, confirm these. Since I'm happy with the plan, I can press approve the plan and start the migration. We can see the coordinator agent has spawned 2 background agents to start working on the spec. As these tasks complete, we can see them get ticked off or be in progress with the half circle. We can see 2 more background agents just got spawned. Let's check in on the other project. Looks like the spec is ready for this project too. We'll start this plan as well. So now we have 2 projects, 2 workspaces, all working at the same time. The coordinator even makes verifier agents to verify the work is done. And we can see all the tasks have been ticked off in the spec as well as all the acceptance criteria. So now we can go into the changes tab. We can inspect the diffs and the changes and create a PR. You can either type your own PR or press autofill to have the agent fill out the PR description for you. When we're done, we can create PR, and that's it. The whole cycle from intent to PR. Multiple projects, parallel agents, spec-driven development. This is how we're coding with AI in 2026. So now when you boot into the app, you can actually bring your own agent, so you don't even need to use the Augie agent anymore. Although it's preferred to use Augie, now you can power intent with Claude Code, Codex, or OpenCode. If you've chosen to bring your own agent, you can also enable the Augment Code context engine in one click with that agent too. These are all in the settings, which you can access by command comma. You can now theme your app from a lot of different options, from light and dark, and you can even import your own theme style. We now have integrations working with GitHub, Linear, and Sentry. So you can press this add context button, select your GitHub issues, PRs, Linear, Sentry, and add them to your context, and even create tickets and start tasks from that. So you can select Linear tickets, GitHub issues, PRs, Sentry, add that to the context from your task, or even just create a new task to work on a GitHub issue. In this agents tab, you can specify all your agents really granularly. You can change the default model for your overall agents, and there's also utility agents. These handle the small tasks that you don't really need the smartest model for. To save money and to get the most speed, I recommend a fast model like Haiku. You can also override the model for specific tasks if you want. In the all agents section, you can select the default model and even specific instructions to be applied to all agents. Go into the specialist and you can select the default model and edit the system prompt for specific agents. You can even create your own specialist with its own description, model, and system prompt. Now, if you click on the branch name, you can choose to work directly in your folder, so it won't create a work tree. Some people like myself often prefer not to work in work trees. You can also configure setup scripts. There's even some templates to start with to initialize the repository environment before your agent starts work there. There's this new activity section inside the working space where you can see really compactly 1 line per activity taken. Each individual agent will have its own icon, and you can see any file that they've touched, as well as any other updates. Now there is a developer specialist that ships with intent. This is a single specialist developer that plans and implements by itself, which can be faster and more efficient than using the team orchestration method for simple, straightforward tasks. That's all I had for you today. The team is shipping so fast and often, so expect another update soon.